Caitlin Clark moving up in the world. New list for you. Oh, let me scroll up. Sorry about that. As you can see, highest paid female athletes 2025, top 15, all make $10 million plus per season. If you recall last year, Caitlin's first year on the list, I think she was 11. Correct me if I'm wrong. She was number 11, maybe number 12. Money pouring into women's sports with athletes in basketball, hockey, soccer, softball, and volleyball, all reaping the rewards. But per usual, as it says, has been for decades, top tier of the world's highest paid female athletes, dominated by tennis. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19, of course. 15 top earning female athletes in 2025 include 10 tennis players, up from 9 last year, plus a pair of golfers that golfers usually help round that out, and one each from basketball, gymnastics, and this one surprised me a little bit, skiing, although I'm sure she has a lot of endorsements. It's interesting, by the way, they break that down when you see Caitlin Clark. So tennis star Coco Gauff leads the way for the third straight year, $31 million, a tick ahead of her rival, Arena. I believe it's Sabalenka. Don't come for me. $30 million. Fourth woman in sports to earn more than 30 million in a given year after Naomi Osaka, Serena Williams, and golf. By the way, all tennis players. Of course, the majors, for those of you who don't know, you don't follow tennis. And I believe there are other tournaments too, but it's not all of them. That's why I think the first ones to really do it were the majors, the major tournaments, which of course usually have a bulk of the prize money where they went and gave the same for the women and the men's. I've always said, well, that's actually unequal because the women play best of three, the men play best of five, but we'll get into that in another day. Top 15 earned an estimated 249 million this year from prize money, salaries, bonuses, and endorsements, up 12%. As I said at the headline, all 15 earn at least 10 million versus 11 last year, right? So that's up in only 6 in 2023. So that's a huge jump, huge increase. Money pouring into women's sports. $10.1 million cutoff to crack the list is up from 6.7 million in 2024. Now, as you can see, right? Tennis, tennis, tennis. There's the skier. Tennis. Caitlin Clark. There's a golfer. Tennis, tennis, tennis. But as you can see, Caitlin Clark moving up in the world. You can't even see her salary on here, folks. $16 million. Salary is the light green salary, and winnings, because of course tennis and golf they have winnings. So you know what, 76, although it might have been up her second year, like 78, maybe $80,000 over 16 million. So that is all endorsement money for Caitlin Clark, a lot of endorsement money. And by the way, right, don't forget that Nike deal was 8 years, 28 million, was at 3.5 million a year. So not even a quarter of this is Nike money, which is absolutely wild. Of course, you know, Wilson is a big one, but Caitlin Clark has a Gatorade is another big one. State Farm, we know she's been doing, is another big one. But per usual, tennis remains the biggest sport for women when that's equal to the men. It's a WTA Tour prize money trails the ATP, but the money is the same at the Grand Slams. That's what I was talking about. And okay, that's where they expanded to Masters 1000 events. So a lot of the big ones. On the sponsor front, 6 women earn at least 10 million off the court versus 4 active men at 16 at 10 million plus. Now that's what I'm curious about. So I didn't bother figuring out. Well, let's do the okay, 23 and 8. 23 minus 8 is what? 15. Now, okay, Arena Sabalenka is 15 and 15. I'm kind of eyeing this quickly. Where Caitlin Clark would be if it was just endorsement money for the women. I mean, well, it might be about the same, but she might move up a little bit. I guess she might squeak out ahead of Coco Gauff. But Eileen Grew, also the skier, similar thing, which makes sense. I don't know that there's a ton of prize money in skiing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't really looked at it in a while. I got to be honest. I mostly watch skiing when it hits in the Olympics. So, but obviously Caitlin Clark. But this is obviously it's news for Caitlin Clark. I said she's moved up a lot. You know, now 6. I think she was 11 or 12 last year. But the big thing I wanted to talk about is also, and I think it was what, 11, so around 11, 10.1, 10, $11 million in total last year. But the big thing, which it says at the top, is the amount of the increase, right? The what it took to get on this list compared to what it took in the past, even as relative as a couple years ago. Let me just see. Yeah, look, there's tennis players. among the 10 highest. 10, 9, 3, 7, 7, 6, 7. Wait, that's not, I thought there was only seven of them. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, I thought it was eight, but anyway. And then, of course, Simone Biles on there. But those numbers that I just read off right here, up 12% from last year. All 15 earning at least 10 million versus 11 last year, only six in 2023. 10.1 million to cut to make the list versus 6.7 million last year. I wish you told me what it was in 2023 because that was obviously a big jump as well. But this is a huge deal for women's sports in general. Obviously, it's a big deal for Caitlin Clark. And we know it's again, bulk of it is endorsement. That may change a little bit. Well, it'll be interesting to see, by the way, question for all of you in the comments below what you thought of this. I haven't actually thought about this with the new CBA, if there's going to be what it's going to be in terms of rookie contracts. And is Caitlin Clark going to be limited to that? Will that change at all? Will the number of years change? Will Caitlin Clark somehow get out of that rookie contract after only 2 years and be able to get one of the max deals of 1 million plus for her salary for a contract as well? But anyway, I want to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking this out as always. Smash that like button. So you know you want to. It's fun. It's like a dopamine rush. Trust me on this. Smash it. Go ahead, do it. Tap, click, whatever it might be. I will talk to you later.